You can hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay, trying to get some light.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time, set up.
It's a rainy day, so and the house kind of gloomy.
Yeah.
But okay, I think I got some light now.
It's all good. Even by a window would be all right.
Yeah, that's what I about to do right now. So give me 1 second.
Sure.
So you say you in Canada?
Yeah.
We super close right now, but I don't think. I mean, I could cross the border because I'm a Bahamian, but I have to quarantine for like 14 days.
Yeah. That's what they say if you're international borders. You said you're in Buffalo right now?
Yeah, I'm in Buffalo. Spending some time with the farm and stuff. Okay. All right, let's see how this looks. Seems like a good spot. There we go.
Yeah, it looks good. That's looking proper.
You got a whole setup there.
Yeah, this is what I use for my YouTube videos. I was just recording one since one of my guests didn't make it this morning, and I just figured I would just leave it up.
Is that like a green screen?
Yeah, green screen. I don't know if you've seen some of my recent videos where it's just kind of like me in the corner of the video, but I'm like kind of in the video. It's good for gaming. When I do like gaming streams, it's like the game's up and I'm in the game almost.
You Twitch?
Yeah, I have Twitch. I used to have Twitch. I just do YouTube gaming now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it was a little something I was trying out recently. Didn't work out the best, so I'm gonna be doing gaming streams on KNOTNATION actually, soon to come. Right?
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You go to brand like that. You go make the brand bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Just reach a bigger audience and more opportunity to chat and chop it up with guests and viewers, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, for sure. So essentially, I wanted to bring you on the show today because you have some legendary locks. And I figured, yeah, no problem. And I've been doing this podcast now for like a couple of weeks. I have another episode launching tonight, but I'm more so just booking guests and getting the interviews done because I just feel like I need to connect with the culture a lot more, with the people one-on-one, and especially the people on social media that have some attention with their locks. So you know, I've seen you in a couple other videos online. I know I've done some reviews of you in my videos in the past. So I figured
you have.
I have added you. I think I did a video on you.
You gotta send me that. Sometimes people send me some people's like YouTube, but I never get to really see a lot. So whenever you got some time, send me it. I'd like to watch it. It
was I'll have to find it. It was mixed in there somewhere. In some other video. It wasn't like a direct Dread review on you, but so anyways, yeah, I figured I don't have any questions exactly lined up, but like you said, I figured we could just chop it up, you know, just talk locks for a little bit.
Yeah, man, let's get it in. I have
yeah.
I'm free until like around, well, since I move it up, I'm gonna leave around 12 o'clock, so
okay,
you got me until then.
All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of an intro, and then I'm going to throw it to you to just do a little introduction on yourself, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Sweet. All right, so I'm just making sure I'm recording. All right, cool. Yo, Wagwan, it's that guy, knotlocks, KNOTNATION, and today we are doing another episode of the Dreadication, and today's participation, we do have the one and only Brookie West. How you
What's
doing
up?
Today?
Hi, good to see you, Brooklyn West. You know, I'm happy to be on the show today.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for being here. Do you want to give us an introduction? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you about?
My name is Brooklyn West. I'm a R&B singer from the Bahamas. I mean, a lot of people know me for like my hair being up. It's heavy right now, so I put it up sometimes when I going out. But yeah, I make music and I live this lock life. No fashion, but I really live this lock life. Oh, so yeah, what's up?
Nice. So I guess how, or like, how did you get into the lock life? What was it that brought you into it?
My mom in 2012,
Hmm.
she was in she was in like an accident, but it gave her early Alzheimer's dementia.
Oh, crazy.
So in return, I end up becoming her caregiver, and I just didn't have any time to do my hair, and it just became something, a part of my journey for strength.
Oh, wow.
So I always admired the way Bob Marley locks looked. Like, I just felt like it was so unique. It was not uncapped. It was like, it wasn't perfect. Some people, I don't knock people who have like nice, clean dreads. I like that look. I mean, locks, I don't really like to say dreads a lot, but he had these nice thick locks, and then I saw the weekends, and I just like, I want to start, and it ended up becoming like my a part of me. Like, it gave me an identity. I always do music, and I always felt like when you do music, a part of music is having a look, and I didn't have an identity in it. My hair just became like my identity and my strength, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
And it represents me. I got one blue, it's blue and gold, and my hair is black. So the color of my flag is aqua, black, and aquamarine, black and gold.
Okay.
So that's why my lock is blue, and this is gold. It has to be refreshing, and my hair is black. So it represents my flag, the Bahamas. I'm from Nassau, Bahamas.
Okay.
And I started like 2015. I only had it twisted once. That's when I started, and I never touched it again. So a lot of people be like, well, how you get it so thick? And did you do this and you do that? I literally just had it twist that one time, and I never touched it again, like ever.
Wow.
Like I wash it like every 4 months, but I dry shampoo it once a week with OSR, and I use castor oil on it a lot. Okay. And when I get my hair washed every 4 months, I put like a nice rinse over it. Some people like to pick out some of the length, and the length that I can't get, I just tint it. Because no matter what, it's like a rug. No matter what you do, you're gonna get some lint. I just got like this big lock satin cap now, so I feel like if you home and you ain't doing nothing, cover your hair. Like, just cover it. Yeah. Get satin sheets, silk sheets, whatever you got to. But yeah, that's how it look. And people's asking me, are you gonna cut it? No, I want to see my locks go gray. So what I might do is I want to see it go past my booty, so I can do that. I know Junior Gong, Damian Marley. Yeah, he has this picture where he got his locks in his hand. So I want to see it go past my booty, and then I'm gonna cut it to my back again, because it's heavy now, so I can't imagine like that kind of. But I don't have no plans on cutting it. I want to see it go gray and black.
Crazy. And this is only 5 years in.
This is only 5 years in, and the thing is, it's already like, if I flip it in the back, it's already mid back. So I can't imagine. And every time I wash my hair, the length goes longer. So I'm washing it at the end of this month. I'm probably gonna do like an updated like wash video. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be like full back when I give it a wash.
Crazy. So I mean, you could go 10 years at least, right, before you get to that length.
Yeah.
And you got it twisted at first, so obviously they were a lot thinner, and maybe you had more of them at the time.
Yeah. So you see these little fingers?
Yeah.
That's just like a lot of the locks just naturally joining together. Like,
crazy.
I didn't crochet them or anything like that. And the key too is make bigger boxes.
Okay, that's for like really the separation, the parts, right?
Yeah, make the parts very big. I have like a picture on my Instagram showing my start date, and I had like big squares. When she first did it, I was like, these are too tiny. But if you get the big squares, then everything else will do. So a lot of people always ask, like, do I crochet them? And crocheting is a good method. Like, I join my locks naturally together with like the new ones, because sometimes they just be doing their own thing. I'm growing like some new ones at the back of my hair right now.
Okay.
They're like really thick, and I just twisted them, and left them alone. You just gotta leave it alone. If you're doing freeform, just leave your hair alone.
Yeah, big time.
And don't watch other people's journey because everybody's hair is different.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the best things about it, is that it is a very unique journey. And even like if somebody wanted to recreate this hairstyle that you have, it's impossible. You know, this is true to you only, right? It's so
that's
dope.
The unique thing about locks, for real. Like everybody on is different, but that's the main reason I went freeform, because I always wanted to like have a bunch of different stuff. Like I like the neat look, but it's not for me. I always just wanted to look like a ragamuffin. Like I don't want to look rough and tough, you know, because I'm a very soft-spoken person. So sometimes when people see me, they like, look at this roughneck, and then I'm like, hey, what's up?
yeah. No, it's exactly, and it makes you more acceptable for who you are in your own skin. And like if somebody's gonna come and judge you because of your hair before they actually talk to you, like you know that those people aren't really needed in your life anyways. You know, so it's almost like a good defense mechanism.
It happens a lot too, and people don't understand, like growing locks is like, that's like a tough thing to do. But it's like you gotta have discipline. You're gonna get judged. Sometimes when I go to the airport, they feel through my hair to see if I have anything hiding in it. Like you get judged a lot, so it's not an easy thing. You literally making a statement to yourself. They got a stigmatism that everybody who has locks smoke weed. So sometimes, I mean, I do smoke sometimes, but I go in a party and people come to me like, you got anything? And I'm just like, why would you think I have something?
Yeah, right. That's a stigma. Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do. People think it's just like, it's easy, but when you do this is like the most disciplined thing you could do with yourself.
Definitely. And I mean, I'm already loving our discussion because there's so many things that you're saying that I could just go back and nitpick on. You know, one being TSA agents at the airport.
Oh my God.
So I've been through this before, and I've had them, you know, want to touch my hair as I go through. I get it, because I have some locks that I feel like I could hide contraband in here if I really wanted to. I can open it up, sew in some spliffs, and sew it back up again. Like it would be pretty easy to do so. But here in Canada, at least, like we have, I mean, you guys have rights as well, obviously. So in Canada, we have Charter of Human Rights and Freedoms, and one of those things is the freedom to choice of religion. So when we're going through the airport, we see a lot of people here with turbans going through because they're Sikh or Muslim, and they're not allowed to touch their turbans going through, right? So I see this, and I asked the agent one day, like, well, if I have my hair wrapped up and I claim it's my religion, like you technically can't search my hair. And they're like, yeah. So I've pulled that card a lot of times now when I go through the airport.
I didn't know about that.
I'll wear my hair up in one of these neck gaiters, and I'll wrap it up like it's
my gosh.
I'll wrap it up like it's a turban kind of, right? And I'll walk through, and then when they ask me like to take it off or can I search your hair, I'm always like, no, like right to my religion. And
you gotta give me the link for this thing.
Oh, for these? Yeah, for sure. I'll send you one. I can send you a link for those for sure. But I just like exercising like my human rights. You know, if I have the right to say no to an agent looking through my hair, I'm gonna try and do that every single time. Right?
It's demoralizing to it. It's very inhumane, like when that happens. And they do it in front of everybody, and it's just like, you wouldn't do this to anybody else. Why me?
Yeah, exactly. It is dehumanizing for sure. I wanted to go back about you getting your hair colored. How did you go about, did you do this coloring yourself, or did you have somebody do it for you?
At first, I had this friend. She always like bleaching hair different colors. So originally, it was just like this little tiny little thing that it was like a bleach blob, and then I was like, okay, do the tip with blue. But yeah, at first I was doing it with my friend, and then eventually I found like a loctician locally who would do it for me, because the thing about the bleaching, because I had to cut this one was my first lock. Actually, it was longer than all of my locks. But the thing about it is, and one of my hair highlights, the bleach got it so weak. So now I don't bleach it a lot. I try to bleach it like once a year. So right now I so far I've only bleached it like once. But other than that, be really careful with it, because it really, if you're gonna be putting colors in your hair, like bleaching it, moisturize it a lot.
Okay.
Like moisturize it.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that.
And what kind of products do you use for moisture?
Mine go on lime castor oil. I love castor oil. It's just thick. It's thick, and it just makes my hair feel like it's like soft and stuff. So I really stick to castor like oils. I don't like to use creamy products because it causes like a lot of buildup.
Yeah.
So I always if you just use oils, like try to use oils, and I always clean my dry shampoo my scalp to keep it like smelling good. Because people be like, you don't wash your hair, you wash your hair every 4 months, and I'm like, yeah. But if you come up on me, it's just like it always smells fresh. It doesn't smell bad. So I keep my roots clean.
Tell me about this dry shampoo. I've never used it before.
So I mean, a lot of brands are doing it now, but I use OSR. It's from it's like a purple one. I don't have it here right now, but it's on my page and I could send you it. And it's so good. It feels like a cool peppermint thing in your scalp. But I do it once a week as I work out, and it just keeps my scalp like really, really fresh. Because that's the root. Whatever's in your root goes all the way out to all your plant. So you gotta keep the root clean. You gotta keep the root moistened as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, a couple other things on my mind. Before I forget, I'm gonna say both. Like, one is how many locks do you have, and the other one is talking about the jewelry that you have in your hair.
We counted it, so I have like 27 locks.
Okay.
And counting with the tiny ones, I think it's like 22 big ones, and then 27 makes it when I add the little new ones at the back.
Yeah.
The lock jewelry, this is from a lot of brands send me cool stuff.
Yeah.
But this one is from this lady called Nudist online. She made it. Because a lot of times I see people with nice lock jewelry, and it's only for like, I have tiny ones now. I have like this skinny one. But they only make ones for really this size. So this one is custom made to fit. It can open really wide for my big locks. So cool. I was very happy this lady sent me it, But I love lock jewelry.
And is that like a copper wire or?
Yes, it's a copper wire. I actually got this lady from Copper Links. She sent me some lock jewelry. Her name is Copper Links on line. She sent me
crazy
these new ones. And it has like a tiger eye on it.
Those are sick.
So she says it's to keep you grounded and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna try put it on. I have like this big fat one right here. This is one of my favorites.
That's your biggest lock?
Yeah, it's my biggest lock, and I think this one is my longest flat one. I call her Flounder. Well, Flounder.
Yeah.
This is my big one. This is my big baby.
That's a true Bob Marley lock right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I tell people, like, you just gotta let it do its thing. Like, you can't really bother with it, because even when you crochet it, it just looks perfect. It looks like a perfect, like, it looks very round and just neat. It still looks neat. The cool thing about, like, when you truly go freeform, it's just like everything looks like, weird. This is another big one right here. It has like 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Looks like a fork. But this is 3 locks that naturally grew together.
Crazy. To me, like, dreadlocks just look so fascinating.
Yes.
Because you're looking at the structure and the integrity of, like, how does this lock get like that? And like yours I noticed, like, there's not even much frizzy hair like around the lock itself. Everything is kind of very smooth the whole way down.
I just don't touch it. The most of the frizzy stuff be like really at the bottom. Sometimes I try to clip them off, but they're like little fingers.
And so that blue one is the only one that you've cut?
Yeah, this is the only one I had to cut because it was damaged.
Like,
If
and I
you
can
watch
see
my,
kind of like how you cut it straight across there.
yeah, it was damaged. So now I will only bleach the root and just put a color over it because it's already blue now. So once you put a blue rinse over it, it'll take. So now I'm just gonna put a little bit on the root and that's it. I won't fully do this anymore. But when the root's messed up, I touch it up and that's all I'm gonna do.
So when you have the bleach, it comes in like a little bottle, a little squeeze bottle. And you use like
the one that you mix.
Oh, you mix
the
it.
Solution.
Okay. And like, and how much would you use? Like the whole pack to do that one part?
I try to use a little bit.
Yeah. And how long does it have to sit in your hair to turn it color?
I like to get it to like an icy blonde. So sometimes I keep it if you get like because they have different. The clear, I think, is a powder you buy, and then it's the clear chemical, right? And they have it in different strengths. They got like 10, 20, 30. So if I use the 40 and I mix it with the powder, I'm not doing it over like 15 minutes. 10 minutes sometimes.
Oh, wow.
It takes really,
Just 10 minutes and it changed your hair to blonde like that.
Yeah, the stronger it is, the quicker it takes. And that's why you gotta be careful when I know people I love to see the colors, but it's just like when you bleach your whole hair, it weakens the lock, so you gotta make sure that you keep it over moisturized basically, because it dries out the hair like this. I always have to like touch it up and make sure this gets like extra oil because the bleach dries it out. So that's why that's the only one that's bleached. And the tip of this, I only bleached this once and it never went back.
Oh, cool.
So this been bleached like since my journey started.
Sick. Now, when you with your freeform locks and like the new growth towards the scalp, like I guess how much new growth do you have that's not locked up? And then like when does it start to lock up? Do you notice?
When I wash.
When you wash it?
Yeah. So right now I need a wash. Like these are new ones. This is like a flat one. But when you wash your hair, it shrinks.
It does.
So that's when it gets firm again. And then like after 3 weeks, it loosens, and that's how my hair really keeps growing. When I wash it, that's when it firms up. It shrinks. Just like your regular normal, you ever wet like some hair and then it just automatically curls up?
For sure.
So with my locks, whenever I wash it, get all the dirt out, it shrinks and then it slowly stretches back out, and that's when I see my new length. But this is I washed my hair March. So this is how much my hair grew since March.
Oh, since
this is
March.
how I get to.
Oh, okay.
And these are new locks since March.
And do you what was I gonna say? Cold water. Have you ever tried the cold water rinse?
I tried ACV once.
I mean, your hair is already like really mature. It's not going to make a difference. But like when you're first starting out the freeform locks, I always push people to use cold water because it really shrinks your hair.
Yeah, I used to go. I dip my hair in salt water too, because I live in the Bahamas, so I just dip it in there. But cold water, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. That's so cool how thick that your locks have gotten. Do you get a lot of compliments on them?
Oh my gosh, yes. A lot of people just be trying to. A lot of people ask me, which sometimes I feel insulted, but I didn't know that you could like buy locks. So a lot of people ask me, like, did I not like? Is that my hair? Like, did I naturally grow it? And I keep wondering why people say that, but I don't know. I didn't know you could literally like buy locks and then sew them inside your hair, like real locks. But everybody asks about it. Everybody asks if my hair is heavy. It's just getting heavy now. If I sleep with it in a satin cap, it's like all my hairs together and I end up getting neck pain. So this is the first time I usually only feel neck pains when I wash my hair. But now I'm starting to feel like the heaviness. So I used to wear my hair up all the time, and now I just only for special occasions I put it up because it is heavy, really heavy.
Yeah, and it pulls more when you have it up.
I imagine your hair is pretty long too. It's just it's heavy.
It is, yeah. Especially when it gets wet. I know that feeling. I try to keep my hair down as much as possible. If I do put it up, it's more so like this. It's not even up. It's just kind of back and out of my face. because I get kind of annoyed with it kind of always flinging down in front of me if I'm trying to do
My
something.
food. Oh
right?
my gosh.
Okay, dreadlocks,
That was
dreadlocks and eating. This is a whole dilemma in itself sometimes.
No,
Right?
I just started having that problem, so now I like do a little tie up and put everything back. Even like brushing my teeth. If it's not up and I get toothpaste on it, it's just like it's annoying, but it's just like you're thankful because you remember when your hair was short and you couldn't put it in one, so it's like this is what you wanted.
Yeah, really. Yeah, for me it's like, okay, is it anytime I need to brush my teeth or eat some food, I always have to do a quick tie back, like
That's
every
what
time.
I do. Yeah.
I just take 2 dreads, I just kind of tie it back. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to eat.
That's the signature tie right there.
Yeah,
that's the signature
seriously. So, what kind of like? Can you show us your tie back that you would do real quick if you were to take 2 locks and just tie it back?
Of course. Let's see. Let me tie it. Wait, I'll put you right here. So usually it's okay, we got this.
Yeah, that's good.
So usually, well, that's a big one. Put this back like this, and I that's my tie back. And if I really don't want nothing on my face, then I start like tucking these in like this.
Right.
Then it just stays. Because when you go through the airport, they always ask you to, they need to see your face and scan it through customs coming out of the Bahamas. So I always have to like push it back. And some people like to see my face, but I kind of like to hide behind my locks and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, this is my signature tie back.
Nice. Just a quick updo. And for me, like, they never last long because once you start moving around, it always falls out.
It just loose out just like that.
Yeah.
But this usually my fork and my anchor. They usually my anchor to tie it up.
Crazy. So which is your favorite lock? Beside like that one, the big one on the side of your head?
Yeah, that big one is my favorite. But this one is my baby. Because it's so weird. It used to be like this when it was to my root.
Yeah.
But as your hair grows, it just takes different shapes. Like it has like a little hole where I could tuck something in.
It was like it tried to go into 2 separate dreads at one point and then came back together.
So, yep. Because I joined it. And then I recently put these ones in the back here to join it with one. Because it was starting to get skinny. So when these get longer, I'm gonna like twist this onto this to make the root even big, and it just keeps on growing and growing.
Okay.
Like right now, I have like a rubber band on it because I just joined it again.
I was just gonna ask you how you were doing it, and you're using rubber bands.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like rubber bands.
Yeah, you like them?
It blends in with the hair.
Yeah, it does, right? And
So, yeah, I keep it on for like, this been on for like 3 weeks. So in the next week, I'll take the rubber band off. And by then the hair should have matted onto the old hair.
Yeah, I'm doing the same right now with one of my wicks this one I had crocheted as an experiment. But now I'm noticing it wants to join up more at the root. So I've put some rubber bands on it to make it thicker. And I actually feel like by crocheting this lock, I actually kind of loosen the structure of it, like almost like it was bleached. Like it doesn't feel as strong as the other ones anymore. It's like kind of lighter. So I really want to Congo it up even more now to strengthen it up again.
The root is the key.
Yeah, the root is key for sure.
That's why it's so much different shapes, because anytime it gets a little thin, like right here, I like join it again. But once the root stays strong, then because this is already good for, so now you just have to worry about keeping the root good so you don't lose the whole thing. But now you could literally just sew your hair back into your hair now with crocheting.
Yeah,
that's the cool thing I like about that.
What are your thoughts on wicks? Have you seen the wick movement going on?
I love them. When I usually, my iconic picture, that's my profile picture. Whenever I put them up, people in Florida love it. They like, I love your wicks, but I didn't know what it was at that time. And then it's like a Kodak style. I like it. I think it's super unique.
Yeah, for sure.
it's dope. I like it. But that's what they actually call these thick ones there. So they always think, oh, are you from Florida? That's what they always ask me when they see my hair. I'm like, no, Bob Marley. That's really my hair inspiration.
Yeah, it's Bob, of course.
That's the original right there to me.
Yeah, definitely is. He's the first that I've ever seen that I saw his hair, and I was like, damn, how is that even possible? Like, that's what caught my fascination. And even looking at old vinyls in my dad's collection, I remember seeing a Burning Spear album cover where he had hair like Marley, but it was a lot thinner. But there were still wicks because they were all flat, but they were just smaller. And he had like a headband going across them, like a kind of like a hippie style, and it just stood out so much. And I'm just thinking like, man, these guys have hair like this, and my hair is like kind of the same texture, but why isn't my hair doing that? So that's where the seed was planted for me, was reggae.
Yeah, here's the thing about Bob's locks too. If you look at his journey, he started like his own was like skinny, just like this, and he had like it was like fro like, and then eventually it just formed into those big, beautiful locks. So the thing about like you said, texture. I always tell people we have different texture here, so what might work for my hair wouldn't work for yours. So you might have a particularly dry scalp, or you might have a scalp that stays oily, but it's gonna be different. So I really try not to recommend too much because I don't know if it's gonna work. And then people get discouraged sometimes when they start their journey and it doesn't look like people they see on these big lock pages like yours, and it's just like, that's because that's not your journey. That's the thing about locks. Everybody got their own unique journey. The only thing that you can really mimic is if you keep it like sister locks. If you do the skinny ones, and you can more so control it. Now, if you want to control your hair, then I always tell people to go to the nice style your hair, because that's the only way you can fully control it. But freeform, there's no way you can mimic somebody's freeform.
No,
at all.
Not at all. Yeah, that's the most beautiful part about it. Like we said before, it's true to ourselves. It's only unique to you, right? Yeah.
That's it. That's what I like about it the most. Because people be like, oh, you're gonna get. Because you see a lot of people do the big chop because people grow their hair for different reasons. And I feel like if you grow it for certain reasons, when you reach that point, it's not gonna mean the same to you. So I really love my hair. I don't like combing my hair. I don't like touching my hair. I just like to wake up and start my day and be free. So I don't see myself having any other kind of hairstyle because this is who I am. You know, this is what I want. It's not for no weird reason, but it's really just me. Now, some people also cut their hair to start a new journey, which is pretty cool because it's connected. So I don't know. I always tell people like I'm not like a fashion type of locker. This is really like who I am and what I'm gonna be for the rest of my life. You know.
Nice. And is this your first set of locks you've ever had? Nice. Wow. Yeah. It's a legendary set right off the bat.
You see Lenny Kravitz's second set is pretty cool. You got like the like fro type.
Yeah,
but
right.
I feel like that's cool too. I like when people get older and they get like a little different style of locks.
Reminds me of Jay-Z's locks are kind of like that right now.
You got the Basquiat going on.
Yeah. And Marley was like his favorite. My favorite stage of Marley's locks was the dread fro. You know, it was like an afro, but the locks starting to come in like that. That's what made me realize, you know, I want to really go to see if my fro locks up the same way. And it was the hardest part because it takes a while before anything starts to happen. Like you're waiting like 8 months before you even see the sign of a little locking starting to go.
You have to scroll so far down my page to see my journey, but I don't even remember it. It's like when you in that moment, it's all you can. You be like, wow, my hair is never gonna grow.
Right.
And then you just have a growth spurt where it's just like it's just growing and growing. So I like my short hair look. Not much people see it because it's so far down.
Yeah.
Or it's my hair highlights, but I enjoy that process because that's the part when you have different type of struggles. Like once it gets long, got different type of worries at that point.
Yeah, big time. And that stage doesn't last forever. And most people don't even like that stage that they're in it. So once it's gone, it's gone. It's never coming back. So it's like, I always push people to appreciate that stage as much as you can. And yeah, like you, like that was our favorite stages, essentially.
Some people get discouraged actually when it takes too long. And I'm just like, once you get over that first year or maybe two, some people, it gets easier. But if you're just doing it just for like clout and all that stuff, of course you're gonna I'm gonna cut this off. This is not growing. This is like discipline. This is like working out. You're trying to lose weight. You gotta stick to it and wait.
Yeah, really. And with social media being such an instant gratification for so many people, and they'll see locks like this, they want it right away, right? And then they get discouraged, like you said, because, you know, they're not instant. These are not instant locks whatsoever. Unless you're literally getting someone else's freeform locks or your own freeform locks sewn back onto your head. Like, that's as instant as it can get.
Then as it gets.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool though, because my friend, he cut his own off. And then instantly he regretted it and he got it sewn back. And I was at a different time now. Like you can circle back and be like, oh, I was tripping and put them back inside.
At that point, it's just time lost, right? Because you got to cut it and put them back in.
And you could sell them too. You can sell locks.
Where would you sell locks?
Yo, they sell them
like Etsy
and stuff. Etsy, like you'd be surprised. Like my friend made like $200 and he had like the nice fine ones. Like buying them because other people don't want to go through that journey. But I can't see myself putting, because I feel like your hair is similar to like, I mean, blood sounds drastic, but I feel like you carry your spirit and you things about you carry in your hair. Like that's why people who into like fairy tales and magic, they'd be like, get a strand of hair or your DNA. Yeah, actually.
It is, yeah.
I can't see myself giving somebody that. I would try to burn it or something like that.
So you wouldn't donate your locks?
No, actually, in my room, I have the part that I cut.
Yeah.
I'm gonna frame it and put it on the wall. It's like a little piece of thing like in my room.
That's dope.
But I don't know. I don't feel like I could give somebody my journey. I feel like part of me is in that, so I don't think I would ever do something like that.
So what about when you go to bed? You said you wear a satin cap most nights.
So
is it open ended or is it like a closed kind of tam?
So I'll show you two things. When I feel like I don't want a stiff neck, you got this nice fluid,
a pillow. Okay.
So you don't gotta put nothing on your head. And then I got this.
Holy.
It's not open-ended, but it's made of the same material.
Yeah.
I'll put it on. Oh shoot! What did I do?
You're back.
All right, so it's a hassle. So sometimes I get like super lazy and I don't want to do it.
Sometimes you wear your hair out when you go to bed.
Yeah, when I don't want to, I guess put it in this. I did it wrong. Because it's a workout. Oh my gosh, it's a workout.
Yeah, that's the way I do. I usually have to put my hair all forward and then
put it in like that. There you go. Almost there.
Looks comfy.
It costs us like a heavy, like if you laying your hair on one side.
Yeah.
All your hair is on one way, but this is it.
Cool. And it keeps the hair off your neck when you're sleeping.
Yeah, and it's
out
soft,
of your face. That's awesome.
You know.
Where do you find something like that?
Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon for the low.
Did you find one for to keep your hair dry when you're showering?
So I have an oversized one, and I have a lock sock. I don't want a lock sock at all because I used to use it when I was working out, but it was too tight. It was spandex, which isn't good. You shouldn't keep your hair like that tight because it breaks the hair.
Yeah.
So, or don't try to keep your hair in a ponytail a lot because that makes a ring around the lock to make it weak. But I
You
have
have
an
like an
oversized
oversized shower cap.
shower cap. It's like, it looks like a big balloon.
That's cool. It's not bad, not bad. So tell us about your music journey. How's it been going as an R&B singer? How'd you get into that?
I've been 5 years strong. I dropped my first EP this year. It's been doing well, but Corona, I can't shoot any music videos right now. So I'm excited for next year to shoot videos. But as far as like how the song's been doing, I got this dope R&B song out called Caroline Part 2. Okay. It's just like a nice reggae vibe, and it's doing so well. So check it out, Caroline Part 2 by Brooklyn West. And my new EP is called Daydreaming About Love. It's everywhere: YouTube, Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud for free if you don't got that. So it's been going well. I can't wait to like make another stride next year to get even more bigger internationally. Yeah, definitely. That's really good. Congrats on your journey with making music. I know it can't be easy. You know, independent. Yeah, right. It's different, but all the sign artists trying to go independent, so it's best to make a team and keep building. Actually, a really big independent artist I've recently gotten more into is Russ. Okay. And you've heard of it? You've heard his songs? I lost you there. There you go. Yeah, and he really pushes to go independent and do what you can, like do it all yourself. He is doing well too, like very well. He's doing very, very well. He gives free game too. I always listen to what he's saying about, which places, streaming places give you this and that. So independent is the way now. I feel like what the most you should do at this point in music is partnerships, like little partnerships. Yeah. But as in signing, you don't need a label to drop a project anymore. You don't need no label to distribute. Seriously. You don't need no label to shoot videos or record. So the only thing you should really do with labels is partnerships, or maybe, or one album deal, but just distribution. Like you shouldn't sign. You don't have to sign your solo. You really don't have to. The freedom we have as artists right now is so amazing. Or if you reach to a level in music and you feel like you can't go any higher than it. Oh, somebody's calling me. Okay. Where did it go? You could cut this part, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sorry. No problem. But it's 11:10. All right, what I was saying, I even forgot. But yeah, you don't gotta sign your solo away. But if you reach to a level in music where you feel like you can't get over, you need to go to another level. Now, certain places will labels will help you get to that next level. Not everybody can get you on Jimmy Fallon, and it depends what you want out of music. You know what I'm saying? But if you come undeniable, those places will eventually be open to you as well. Shoot, they will be calling you. But if you can't wait for that type of, exposure and that grind, then a lot of people do go to labels because they can get through places a normal indie artist can't get. No, I agree. I hear you saying. And who's some of your biggest inspirations in music? I am a Drake fanatic. Vibes Cartel. I love wow. I have so many. I'm a big Whitney Houston fan, big old R&B. Waiting to Exhale is my favorite R&B album of all time. I love Young Thug. I love old Kanye. Everything before like Life of Pablo Bach, I stand for. Anything new, I'm just not really, into. Okay. But I respect him as like a, musician. I love Hov. But I listen to so much different things, to be honest with you. But if as far as like, I love Beyonce. I feel like she's one of the greatest performers and musicians of all time. I think she's up there with Michael.
Yeah, definitely.
I love culture music. I'm a big Richie Spice fan. I love Yellow Man. I like Sizzla. I like Fantamoja. Who do I listen to? I just love culture music. I don't know what they call it over there, but people who make that kind of music, we call it culture music. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from. So, yeah, I listen to a little bit of everything, to be honest with you.
And a lot of people with locks. You listen to a lot of musicians that have locks.
Yeah.
That's like me. A lot of people I listen to, I'm like, if you don't have locks, I'm probably not going to look at you off of it. I'm not going to look firsthand. For some reason, like if an artist has locks, I'm like, okay, let's see what kind of music they're making. I
think the only one of my favorite musicians of all, in Jamaica, is Vybz Kartel. He doesn't have dreads, but he's one of my favorite artists out of Jamaica. I like Barry Simon too. He doesn't have locks either. Taurus Riley has locks though. He's really good.
What blows my mind about Vybz is that the man's locked up, but still able to hop on new songs and record in prison and like.
I tell people the thing about Kartel is he is the only artist, and I'm a big Bob Marley fan, but he's the only artist in Jamaica whose catalog can run all night. You can start way back to now, and he can compete. Like if he did a versus, a lot of people wouldn't be. You could do light skin Kartel against dark skin Kartel. Like that's how iconic that guy is. And I don't think a lot of people realize it until he's like gone, but he is a legend to me. Like he's still competing with these guys right now in jail. Like Fever did amazing and he's in jail. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah, he's very iconic. I grew up listening to a lot of Vybz, a lot of Movado. And
I love Movado. Did you watch? Have you ever watched? Go on YouTube if you haven't watched and watch this thing with Vybz Kartel and Movado when he did the Baba Boy Don't Run. I never knew that Movado was really a Baba Boy, and he was a police and Kartel came on stage. That's when they used to do like the back and forth clashes. Yeah. Please look up Vybz Kartel versus Movado Sting. And he literally ran Movado off stage. So that's when he's like, me at the last man standing. Like he literally, that happened real life. He ran off stage. Like that's how bad Kartel was like freestyling against him. But I love Movado. But that beef is one of my favorite Jamaican beefs.
Really?
And he Popcorn inherited it. With Alkaline and Movado. That's why they did the that song together, what I like actually. But Gaza forever,
Yeah, no, I hear you for sure. A lot of my family when I visited Jamaica is out in the Gaza Portmore area, so this is when I started learning a lot more about Movado and Vybz and their clash and everything, which is like being in the culture out there. And I can see why it's so big. I can see why the scene and the music there is so like it's pretty much the lifeblood of the country. It's reggae music, and like it's definitely everywhere. I love being a part of it. I love seeing different artists show their locks, and even Vybz. Like I know he doesn't have locks, but he does have like the single braids. It kind of resembles locks a little bit.
Coffee got some nice locks too.
Coffee,
as well.
Yeah, for sure. And she's been a big artist.
Coffee cut his off. He got like a he never had locks, but he used to wear like the braids, the crazy braids. That's it's just a part of the culture, I think.
Have you ever been to Jamaica?
No, I want to go though. Everybody's been asking. They're like, they'd love you there.
Yeah.
I have my mom's sister is from Jamaica, and she's like, you gotta go. So when Corona died down, I definitely trying to go next year.
Yeah, I hear you. There's I've noticed that, well, at least from Canada, there's flights that go out to Jamaica. There's flights to Jamaica and Mexico right now.
We actually can go because the Bahamas isn't on a stop list. Like we're not a hotspot. So I can get into Canada and all these different places. It's just everybody is like more skeptical about Americans or something like that.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I know this whole thing has been blown out of proportion, and at least over here they're saying like that we're in like a second wave right now, and I don't know, things just need to go back to normal. But
this is the new normal.
To be honest, everything's now messed up. Everything's messed up for a very long time, and I'll be honest, things have already been messed up for a long time. So there's nothing new to me that something like this has come about. In my mind, it's kind of like it was all in due time, to be honest, because like you see movies out there like Contagion and what's that one, 11 Monkeys or something, that talks about diseases and spreads like this. Like we've been kind of told of these events in the past that are to come, and now they're kind of here.
2020 is very like was a crazy movie as well.
Yeah, but, seriously, it is the movie 2020. Yeah.
I was like
2012.
I think in elementary when anthrax happened, but that was another scary one where you had to like wear gloves to open mail and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we have these every other decade or so, like Spanish flu and it was Ebola. This one is just different because I've never seen like when I was in the Bahamas, we just got out of lockdown, but we'd be able to come out the house once a week to get groceries, and then you stay inside for like 2 weeks straight. Like you cannot leave your yard. Like I've never witnessed stuff like that. A lot of people was committing suicide, and it's just it's a scary thing, but it also taught you to love your company more. And
definitely.
I feel like there's a blessing in it, and it also a loss, but I feel like I've learned more on Corona than anything.
I agree. There's always a silver lining to every situation. Always something to be learned, lessons to be dealt. And you can come out stronger from this, or you can let it consume you, right? So the choice is ours essentially to just take what we're learning and what we're experiencing and turn it into a strength and to move forward, to move past it. So, I mean, all this time off that we have at home, like build your brands, make your music, shoot your videos, like just keep on grinding, because there's no point in being stuck around in like a depression or just in a funky state of mind.
You gotta live. One thing this has taught you, gotta live. You guys, no more next year, I'm gonna do this next year. No, start tomorrow. If you can do it tomorrow, start tomorrow.
Exactly.
Like nothing's promised, because everybody was living life and it was just like, you can't go outside. Flights closed, stores closed. And it's just like, sometimes you don't get next year, so you gotta do it now.
And I feel the same way with artists and people that pass away too soon and then they go platinum after they're dead. It's like, people learn to appreciate once it's too late. So
give people their flowers now.
Yeah, give people their appreciation now, and while they're still here. And when you see somebody doing something big within their craft, within their community, like show love there now, because you never know what could happen the next day, and then it's too late for you to show your love to them. So
I started doing that now too. A lot of times I would be like, I don't want to seem thirsty or too much on the people's comments, but now like if I love someone, I'd be like, this is dope, keep going. Like I'm not ashamed to be looking like I'm showing or like dick riding. Like if you love something, tell somebody that you love it, because I always think when I'm having bad days and somebody be like, wow, you're an inspiration to me, I love your music, stuff like that. And I was just like, imagine if they was like me and didn't want to tell me like, yo, I really appreciate you. So now if I see something, I like it, I share it, I comment, and I don't care, I just give that love into the world. And
definitely,
that's what you got to do.
Definitely. That's really great of you to do that, because you'll notice a lot of people with a following online, they seem to be kind of like scarce on giving likes out. They want all the likes for them, but they won't share it out. But it's important to be in the comments, to be talking to your fans, and just connecting, because like you said, that one person that might need to hear that comment from you saying, just keep going, it's enough. Like that will be remembered for years from that person. And it's like,
people really be like, I didn't know you would reply. And if I see it, I'm gonna reply. I don't care if a log page that has 12 people repost me, I share it, because I just remember having a small following, and those little shares and those little likes took me so much place. So you showing, like when places like you post me, your following follows me after that. So I feel like the least I could do is show that love back. Like, you bless me, so I bless you, because you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I always like appreciative of any lock page that's like reaches out to me, because I got a lot of my following from lock pages.
Nice.
Like, people finding me through them. So I'm very appreciative that you have me on here today. Like, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, no hesitation, and I love that attitude, you know.
Let's do it.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess I mean, it's been a great podcast. I'm super happy that you've been here chopping it up today. Before we end it, what I always want to ask my guests if they can leave some sort of value within the podcast right now, whether it's whatever comes to your mind, just something valuable that you've learned in life, whether it's about dreads or your career or just about being yourself. Like, what would you tell people? Something valuable.
I would tell people to live your truth and put yourself first. Like, don't feel bad for putting yourself first, because people will take from you sometimes, and they leave you at zero. And you gotta put yourself first, because everybody's always gonna put themselves first. So always put yourself first, and always give love. Like, that's one thing that you could give in this world for free is love. It takes a lot to hate, but giving love is a special thing, and you change people's life with love. And the more you love, the more comes back to you.
True.
So give without expecting something back. A lot of times we only want to show support to get support back. I want to show love just to get love back. But sometimes in life, and all the time actually, love without expecting anything back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just more like, it's like natural, you know? Because if you're doing it to get a reward, it's not true. So always just love without expecting something back.
Exactly. Love with no expectations. And yeah, and the way I see it is, if you do stuff expecting something back, you know, there is no real reason or expectation that has to be set back. Like, the person doesn't actually have to do anything ever for you. But if you give willingly, yeah, for sure that will come back tenfold. That's karma's effect, you know, the law of karma, for sure. You know, give what you want to receive. For sure.
And that's what's been happening. So I just don't be afraid to like show love, because you get it back, and people say your names in rooms when you ain't there, because they remember that one time you gave them encouragement, that one time that, you know, you made that comment. And that's what it's about. People remembering you and giving you opportunities just for being a good person. Big time.
100%. Well, where can we find you? If you want to give yourself a little plug, where's your platforms? We can find your music.
Everywhere. My website is brookiewest.com, and on every social media, my name is Brookie West.
Okay.
At Brookie West. So, you know, and on streaming websites, I'm Brooklyn West.
Okay.
So, you know, follow me. I got nice hair, good music, and a lot of vibes.
And how did you come up with that name, Brooklyn West?
Brooklyn, I feel like the heart of hip hop started in Brooklyn. I'm a big Biggie fan. When I think hip hop, I think New York City. I feel like if I was born in New York, my borough would be Brooklyn. And West, I'm West Indian, so Brooklyn West.
Cool. Some inspiration right there. I appreciate that. All right. Well, we'll end the stream here. The podcast, you know, definitely love having you by here today, Brooklyn.
Blessed love, you know? Blessed love.
And definitely, you know, it's been great connecting, and I'm looking forward to the future where we could connect some more. Maybe give a little update.
Of course, man. Of course, send me the link for the hair too. I really appreciate you.
Definitely. All right. Well, peace and love. Stay happy and stay natty. See you in the next video.
All right, bless.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
Easy. Yes, and that's it. Brooklyn West. Great podcast. Love that we have this show going, and I'm looking forward to future guests. So I'll end this video here. Peace out, one love, and I'll see you guys later. I'm gone. Adios.